pre-closing preparation, there are several things that the buyers need to take into account. Number one is the property titled and registered in the National Registry? And this is to make sure that the seller is indeed the registered owner, whether it's an individual or a Costa Rican corporation. And in Costa Rica, all title property should have a unique property identification number called the Folio Real. And your attorney can pull a full report from the registry showing ownership, property boundaries, easements, and any restrictions that apply to the land. Next, the buyer needs to confirm that all taxes and municipal charges are fully up to date, including municipal property tax, luxury home tax if applicable, garbage collection fees, and any HOA or condo fees. And it's the seller's responsibility to sell all these obligations up to the date of closing. And this should obviously be stated clearly in the property transfer deed. Another thing that's important is to check the physical status of the property. And you want to make sure that the boundaries match the registered map, what we call the plano catastral. And there are no discrepancies between what is being sold and what is actually physically there on the ground. And this is where getting a topographer can be invaluable. Also, we have to understand where the property is, whether it's maritime zone, agricultural land, or other special category. And there might be specific restrictions on what you can build or do with the property. That's why a land use certification called uso de suelo from the local municipality is essential. And finally, like we touched on before, it's important that you set up an escrow company, an escrow agreement, and buyers should never send funds directly to a seller or a real estate agent. And part of that escrow process is the fact that you make sure that you comply with Costa Rica's strict financial regulations, which include know your client documents and source of funds declarations, which are mandatory under the country's anti-money laundering laws. So that's also very important.